pom, di chan, chan, go, kapajal. All first person personal pronouns in Thai. Which one do you use, or do you use any of them? Sometimes you can just omit personal pronouns. So in today's video we're going to have a look at using first person personal pronouns in Thai. Hi there, Del here again from Live and Learn Thai. Now, I was asked recently why I don't use personal pronouns in my video, and the reason for that is quite simple, that there are so many of them and people use different first person pronouns for different situations, or no personal pronoun at all. So I don't use them to simplify things, to make the explanation a lot clearer. But in this video today we're going to have a look at which one you can use in different circumstances. So basically how to refer to yourself when you're speaking Thai. And one of the first things that people learn when they come to Thailand is the word kun. Now this is a word which is translated as you, or a title, Mr. And a common mistake that people make is to refer to everybody they meet with this title, and also to use it to refer to themselves. This is a complete no-no. So first thing to learn in this morning's video is that you do not use kun with your name. When you're introducing yourself, for example, you would just say, for example, in my case, Del Krap, which means Del, that's my name. Or you could say Chudel Kab, but you would never say Kundel. That's just a complete and utter no-no. So that's the first thing, number one. So number two, which word to use in place of I in everyday situations? And that would depend on the formality of the situation. And let's face it, most of us living here aren't really going to come across too many really formal situations, or even too many really informal situations in the course of our day-to-day lives. So that means really you can take kapajal out of the equation, as it's really too formal. And unless you're a very experienced Thai speaker, I wouldn't even try using go. You might get into all sorts of trouble by insulting people. It's really quite an intimate term to use when you're particularly angry. So what does that leave you with? Well, you've got pom for men, di chan for women, or chan for both. And it's a good idea to pick one of them and use it as your go-to everyday first person personal pronoun, and it's a matter of personal choice. Personally, I don't like using pom. I use chan in the course of everyday conversations to use as I, but as I say, it's personal choice. It's okay to use chan. A lot of people will tell you it isn't, that it's only for girls, but it's quite frequently used by men, and even older men like myself, for example. A good starting point is to listen to what people around you, so in your circle of friends or peers who speak Thai, what do they use when they're talking with each other? Do they use pom? Do they use chan? Or do they use no pronoun at all? And follow their lead. So pick your pronoun, that's number two. Which one do you prefer to use, and use it consistently in the cases where you do need to use a pronoun. And as I said, personally, I tend to go for chan Chu Del. If I was going to say my name is Del, then that's how I'd say it. So number three is, do you really need to use personal pronouns at all? Well, in the course of everyday conversation, the answer is no, you don't. Let's take the situation of you're having a conversation one-to-one or in a group, or someone asks you a question. Then you wouldn't need to use the pronoun at all. Uh, it's a bit of an alien concept to native English speakers, but Italians, for example, they quite often omit their pronoun in conversation when it's completely obvious who you're talking about. Obviously, in that conversation, if you were starting to talk about a third person, then you would use the third person pronoun. Just try and think of an example to give you. If somebody asks you the question, "Are you going? Where are you going?" You wouldn't say I go to eat, you just say go to eat, ไปกินข้าวไปทำงาน you would omit the first person personal pronoun altogether. It's quite commonly done. Thais are very economical in their use of words when speaking their own language, and it will be more authentic if you are to do the same. So when it's obvious from the context who you're talking about, i.e. yourself, then you don't have to use any personal pronoun at all. So in a one-to-one situation, in a group, when you're talking, and when you're answering questions, uh, omit the personal pronoun and you'll sound much more fluent and much more authentic. So to number four. Number four is talking about yourself in the third person. Now this again is a bit of an alien concept to native English speakers, but is very, very commonly used amongst Thai people. So how do you do that? Well, you could use your name instead of I. So instead of saying Chan Mai Shop, I could say Del Mai Shop. So Del doesn't like it, not I don't like it. So you're talking about yourself in the third person by using your name. If you have a title, for example, a lot of foreigners here are English teachers, you could refer to yourself as Ajan Mai Shop to your students, if you're allowed to speak to them in Thai, that is. In some schools it's a bit of a no-no, you're supposed to be speaking English all the time. The third option is to use either P or Nong. But that's a subject for another video. That's a little bit too complicated to add to this one. So that's about it for today. There's some cars coming past. It's starting to get noisy. I hope you found the video informative. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button. Give this one the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time on Live and Learn Thai.